remember this feeling. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I remember feeling this way. In my 20s. Like, I remember this girl. I remember being joyful. I remember having energy. I remember feeling this way. I was like, before kids, before adulting, before you, before bills, before debt, this is how I was, and this is who I was meant to be. And so to think that you can still feel that way, even after adulting, even after kids and teenagers and all the fun that comes with that, you can still feel like your true self. That's what Thrive gives you. In my 20s, I decided to go to hair school, put myself through hair school. It was probably one of the best decisions I'd ever made. I became finally good at something. I finally completed something because I'd been in and out of college, all these different jobs. And so when I went to hair school, I felt like I belonged. And then I was like, I am determined to truly do something with this, not just finish hair school, like actually do something with it. Got my own salon suite, decided to work for myself. And I will tell you, like, I thought, oh, it's gonna be so easy. It was hard, everything is hard, but you have to decide, okay, am I gonna quit? Am I gonna go back to a scenario and situation that I don't like and don't wanna be in, that I said I'm better than that, or am I gonna figure out how to make it work? Maria Dillard and I were acquaintances. We really didn't even know each other. And it's so funny because we were friends on Facebook. We'd met each other in person, kind of like this a couple of times, but we were Facebook friends. And she messaged and said, hey, do you have 5 minutes to chat later? I wanna run something by you. And I remember being like, I think she messaged the wrong person. Like, I really couldn't understand why she would be messaging me. And I was like, sure. I don't get off at the salon until 9:30. I can call you on my way home. Okay, great. And I remember it was something at the time. She's like, I'm working the concession stand at my daughter's basketball game, but I can sneak away. I was like, okay. Like, I still was like, I don't even know what she's talking about. So here it's been, for me that day, it was probably about a 12-hour day. I'm driving home, exhausted, and I'm listening to her talk, and she's so excited. I've found this thing called Thrive. Girl, I feel so good. Oh my gosh, I have 4 kids. 2 of them are 3-year-old twins, and I can do this. And, it's like, I feel like myself again. And all I heard was, blah, 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 yay. And I was like, well, good for you. I'm not interested.
Now that sticker thing, I could do that. Could I just do the sticker? Just the sticker?
Girl, you trust me with your hair. Will you trust me with this? I promise you, it will change your life.
That's true. And hair is everything.
And I kind of had hit a wall. And, when Maria was messaging me and sharing with me, I didn't think it was for me. But it's kind of funny. And I say this a lot because one thing that she said right away was, hey, I completely understand, but can you do me a favor? Can you create a free account? Because when you change your mind, I want you thriving with me. And I remember being like, I don't know what she's talking about, but okay. Like, it was free and a favor. She sent me a link. I clicked it really quick, signed in my name and my email, and I was done. And I thought, okay, I'm done. She's never gonna bother me again. She sent me some stories from the fan page. Girl, go like this Facebook fan page. This is the Le-Vel fan page. You're gonna see other people's stories. That story hit the page, just one story that it literally took me, I was crying in bed. And it was that moment of what if this works for me? Our boys got older, they started racing motocross. They were really good at it. And all of a sudden, we're a motocross family. And the boys, again, they were racing They had qualified for arena cross. We were doing motocross and arena cross, and they had qualified for national arena cross in Las Vegas. We had just started thriving, and we were in our bedroom stressing out, trying to figure out how were we gonna tell them that we couldn't go? How are we gonna say, oh my gosh, we've traveled all over, you've done so good, you've tried so hard, but we can't afford to go to Vegas. Like, it costs a lot of money. And I remember just feeling like such a horrible parent. I remember thinking, we told them to go for their dreams. We told them to go, go, you can do it, you can make it to nationals. And now we're gonna have to say, oh, I'm glad you made it, but you can't go. It was that next week that we had earned our biggest check. I mean, it'd just been a month and a half. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, we're crunching numbers, and I'm like, can we go to Vegas? Like, can we take them? Do we have to tell them? And I remember just crying, being so happy that we weren't gonna have to crush their dreams already, and that was something that it was important. It was like, wow. And then I'm like, and Thrive did this. Like, I told them, I'm like, Thrive did this. Be thankful. I walked in here, this room was empty, and I just knew that this was my office. I knew that this was our house. I saw everything, the pool, I could see my kids out there playing. Like, I just saw it all, and I didn't know how everything was gonna come together, but I just knew, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my office, this is our house. When we moved out here, everything was just empty. It was plain, it was just dead looking, there wasn't a lot of landscape, but I knew I wanted this to be where we would hang out. So this is my cross wall. It's kind of funny because it all started with that one. I told my husband, I saw somebody had a cross wall, and I told him, I said, I want a cross wall. And he got me that one, and that started everything, and it's just important, special to me. I wanted a space that the boys could have friends over, that they could just be, and I like that they're at our house. That way we know what they're doing. For me, this is my vision board. So it's kind of funny because when we started this, my vision board was just sticky notes all over the wall above my computer. It was $50,000 in medical debt. It was get to 80K, get to 200K, like every month, and it was just sticky notes everywhere in envelopes, just handwritten, and those things marked off. And I actually have, we're gonna do a vision board party later, so I have all my stuff that I've taken off the vision board that's been accomplished, so I'm gonna actually make stuff with that later.
It's not about money, it's certainly not about revenue, it's about impacting people.
I highly recommend Thrivepalooza. Like, if you want to grow your business, you just have to get your people there. And sometimes it's like, let's just go together, right? We stay together, you go stop at the grocery store, pack peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, whatever you have to do, Thrivepalooza can do for your business. When you're in a room with 10,000, 20,000 other Thrivers, that excitement comes together. Excitement breeds excitement, because nobody has ever come back from Thrivepalooza and said, man, I wish I hadn't gone. Like, everybody comes back and says, wow, it was so worth it. It's a battle in your mind, and you have to rise above, because you are good enough. You do deserve this. You can do it. And you have to say those things. I am good enough. I do deserve this. I can do it. And it's just crazy because you have that ability. No matter what you think of yourself, You can be better. You can do better. You can do this. You can do this.